Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. It is Monday night Soulful Conversations. You know what time it is. Still, it's Victoria here. I just woke up from a much needed nap. Um, I don't know what was going on with me last week, but I couldn't sleep. I was up from Wednesday night all the way to like Thursday evening or something. So, pretty much, I had been sleeping for the last couple of days, whatever. Just got home, took me 3 hours, and normally would take, but now, okay. If you want to jump on, that's fine. I'm supposed to have a guest. We're gonna see. It's all good. I just started. So we'll see if she wants to jump on. Her name is Ren Story. Um, so Monday night Sofa Conversations. Still it's Victoria here. I am streaming on StreamYard through Twitch, YouTube, as well as Facebook. So everyone's seeing me, and it's gonna be a fun time this evening. I may or may not have a guest. I don't know. We're just playing it by ear. We'll see if Ren Story wants to jump on or not. I'm not sure. Thank you so much for the one viewer. I know it's going to be a couple more coming in as they trickle in along the way. So let's see. What topic can we talk about? I'm going to go ahead and pull a card from Goddess Isis deck because the last time we pulled a card from Soul Awakening for the topic. So let's see what this topic is about. Sent out all the text messages earlier today for everyone to jump on. So let's see what is the topic that. All right. So Goddess Isis wants you to know that you are seen, heard, and validated by her. She wants you to practice validating yourself because it's the only approval you will ever need. She empowers you to give yourself permission to be seen, heard, and validated within yourself. Wow. Hey, the 3 people who are watching, thank you so much for joining. This is Soulful Conversations. Put in the chat your name, where you're viewing us from, or me from, and what are you grateful for. And then also I'm going to do the business spotlight shout out. So the topic for tonight is validation. Validation is something that I've been dealing with the last couple of days. So this affirmation or message from Goddess Isis is for me as well as, I guess, anybody else. So the topic of the conversation tonight is validating yourself and giving yourself the approval that you need and not really focusing and worrying about other people's validation and approval of you, personally, professionally, in your life. And so with that being said, I'm going to do the shout outs. So the first shout out is for Ray Carr. She is a hypnotherapist as well as a spiritual life coach, a very dear friend of mine. I've worked with Ray several times. The last time I worked with Ray was this year, March, and I went through a 4-hour past life regression session with Ray. The first 2 hours was just talking about certain things that she was picking up about me intuitively. And the one thing that she told me about myself is that in my life, I've given over my responsibility and my decisions to other people in my life, and I've given people power in my life, and I had to learn how to take the power back. So we worked on that. And the next 2 hours after that, she put me under hypnosis. I was still conscious and aware of what was going on with me, but I was able to look at myself from the outside in instead of the inside out. And I was able to see my inner child, the teenager in me, and I was able to also see my mom when she first held me and how I felt her tears on my cheek, as well as was able to experience when my mom was pregnant with me and all the things that she was experiencing, sadness, heartbreak, all the things. So Ray Carr is exceptionally amazing. She is no stranger to Monday Night Sofa Conversation. She's been on here a couple months ago. So then we have Stephanie Leandre. Stephanie Leandre was recently on my streamathon, my second streamathon, and she is a debt and wealth strategist. And I was just having these downloads when she was on her live, and I was just like, hey, you might need to do like a virtual webinar. We're teaching people of how to save money with your money planner, or even create a membership program. And she was like, if this girl don't get at my lives, and we were talking through DM, and she's a wealth of information, fellow Haitian sister. And the last but not least is Lillian Hartford Ernst, who is the author of Famous Anthony book. Now, Lillian was actually on my second streamathon, and we got to talking, and we got to find out we have a lot of things in common. Her brother and my brother died at the age of 20, drive-by shooting, wrong place, wrong time, crazy shit. And her book was supposed to be written. Well, she got the inclination about the book 21 years ago and decided to write the book, I think this year, last year. I don't remember how it went. But if you go back to watch the streamathon, you'll see her slot time. So those are the three people that I'm shouting out: Ray Carr, Stephanie Leandre, and Lillian Hartford Ernst. Wonderful, powerful women. Make sure that you follow them, check them out. All of the information will be in the description box after the live is done, of course. So let's get back to the topic at hand. The topic of the evening is validation. For me, that's a really, really important topic and something that I have to work on all of the time because I am a recovering people pleaser. I have such a huge heart. I want to see the good in everyone. I'm very compassionate. And at one point, I wanted everyone to validate me and like me and care about me. And I just care so much about what people thought. And over the course of the years, I had to learn that my validation and approval of myself is most important. And when I was going through the process of wanting validation, I realized too that that's the little girl in me wanting to be validated because I wasn't validated as much as a child. And I didn't get the approval that I was seeking, and I was always seeking approval from family members and friends. I am the oldest of four on my mom's side and the oldest girl on my dad's side. And so I met my mom when I was 4, and I met my dad when I was like 7, 8 years old. And they had different lives. They were not together at that point. And I felt like a burden. I felt like an outcast between my parents because my mom had my siblings with her husband. My dad had siblings with his wife. So I didn't really fit. I never really fit. And because I came from a loving set of grandparents who loved me unconditionally, nurtured me, showed me affection, showed me a lot of love, I was so used to having that. And then when I didn't have it, I just felt weird and off. And that's where the yearning for my parents' validation started happening to me. And it wasn't the same. My world just shifted when my mom sent me to Belize when I was 2 weeks old, and I was there with my grandparents till I was 4, and she came and got me. So at 4 years old, I'm over here like, who the fuck is this? Because I'm literally thinking that my grandparents were my parents. I didn't know that I had a mom and I had a dad. So I came back to New York, and that was like a huge culture shock for me because New York was just this big ass place. I remember getting off the plane in JFK, and I had this pretty little yellow dress on, and you know how you got to go down the escalator, and I didn't know what the fuck that was. So I sat down and I ripped my dress. I don't know. I still remember that at 4, and got to my mom's apartment where she lived, and my first stepdad opened up the door, and you know, she was like, well, this is your stepdad, da, 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 da. You're 4 years old. You're not thinking about stuff like that. But I remember having a very eerie feeling about this man, like something in him didn't seem right. And my 4-year-old spirit was just like, mm-mm. So I had to like definitely tread lightly around this person. But yet and still, I wanted to feel the same experience I had in Belize with my grandparents, and I didn't get that. I didn't get it. My mom was just very standoffish. I felt like she loved my little sister more than me, and I was trying to connect with my little sister as well. So you're 4 years old, and then you have a little sibling, and you're just like, I don't know what the hell to do with this. And that whole experience just threw me off completely. And I just found myself yearning for that love and affection and attention and protection that I received from 2 weeks old to 4 years old, which felt positive, healthy, safe, secure, all of the things and I wasn't receiving it. So you could only imagine what that did to a 4-year-old brain. And it just trickled over time where I felt myself want to hug my mom, and she was pushing me away like, oh my God, you're pulling my hair, stop. Whereas before I can go hug my grandmother and it was all love and welcoming and inviting. And I didn't feel the need to look for validation because it was automatically given. So when it comes to validation, if you're a person who is seeking validation, it's a process for you to seek validation within the self. It's a process for you to connect with the child in you to pretty much mother or parent the self, where you give yourself validation. And it takes a long time to get to that point, especially with like parents or your guardians or your parent figures in your life. And for me, it became very hard. And that's when I started seeking love and validation and approval and acceptance from everyone around me. And when you are seeking, people smell that shit on you. They smell it on you, and they'll prey on you. And I had that happen to me a couple times in my life because I wasn't strong enough and I was not able to maintain boundaries because I wasn't taught boundaries. And that's the other side of having that past life regression with Ray, is I learned that I really didn't advocate for my needs, and I did not exercise boundaries in my life, and I just let people do whatever. And when you're at a place like that, that's a very dangerous position to put yourself in, because you will get it taken advantage of and hurt every time, because people will study you. They will study your mannerisms. They will study who you are. They will keep in mind that, you're a person that likes to people please. You're a person that needs validation from everyone, and they will use that shit against you. And that was done to me over and over and over again in my life. So with this topic, validation and approval, it's definitely learning how to validate the self. And it's learning how to validate the inner child within you and the teenager within you, depending on what you've been through in your life, depending on how you grew up. If you grew up like me, where you had loving parents or grandparents or whatever the case may be, and then that was taken away from you, and you're a young child and you're wondering like, what the fuck happened? I just had all this and now I'm here with this. Like I said, my life changed in 2.5 seconds, from being in Belize, coming to New York, being with my grandparents, who I thought were my parents that loved me unconditionally, to being around my mom and her doing the best that she could with what she had, right? And so it's being able to reflect on those things and sit with myself and pull up strength and resilience within me and wanting to validate myself. And I still do it till this day, because there's moments in my life, especially when it comes to my relationships and having my friends and family, like I want my significant other to be accepted by my friends and my family. So there was moments where I know that the relationship wasn't good for me, and I tried to like over accommodate or overcompensate or whatever, or like sell the relationship. So my friends and family would be like, okay, yeah, that person's good or whatever the case may be, but that doesn't work at all. Either they like them or they don't. Either like it's an automatic connection or bond, or it is not. And that's something that I had to learn. The other thing I had to learn is my relationship is my relationship. And the only validation needed within a relationship is mine and my partner's. And that's just it. Or when I decide to change my life around and make a specific decision about my life and about what I want to do, I don't have to sell it. There doesn't need to be a fucking PowerPoint slide presentation. If this is the decision I'm making, it's the decision I'm making once it's my validation and approval. And if it feels good to my soul, then I really don't need anyone else to tell me, well, Dillis, you could do this, don't do that. And I'm an Aquarius. The worst thing you can do is try to tell me what to do. Do not tell me what to do, because you're going to get the opposite response from me. So that's what's up with validation. And oftentimes that word validation or approval, it comes with a lot, because if you're a person who, again, is a people pleaser, when you start validating yourself, when you start setting boundaries, and when you start with your own approval, it's going to disrupt people, especially with people who know that you're a people pleaser, people who know that you would do anything for them. Once you start changing, oh, don't change, you're great just the way that you are. And that is two things that goes with that. One, they do mean it, they're intentional, and they are seeing the good in you, and they don't want you to change because of things that happen to you. They don't want you to be bitter or angry or conform or change because someone hurt you and it led you into a bad, angry space. That's one way. The other way is where people don't want you to change because they want to continue to walk all over you, and they want you to continue to be the doormat. And oftentimes in my life, I found out, oh, don't change who you are was option number 2. So it's being very mindful and careful about the roles that people play in your life and who you give access to. I remember one time in 2020 when I was going through my healing process, it's called Dark Night of the Soul, or shadow work as they call it. And I was angry. I woke up angry one day, and I remember having to do an exercise. I don't know, I just felt like I needed to do this. And you can try this too if you want to. And the exercise was, I took a notebook and piece of paper, and I drew a line right down the middle. And excuse me, one section is options, the other section was priority. And I went through my contacts in my phone, and I wrote down everyone's name and between both. So options list was like this. Priorities list was like that. And I got even more angrier because I said to myself, like, damn, like you're the kind of person that would call everyone birthday, Christmas, just to see how you're doing. How can I support you? How can I help? What do you need? Da, 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 da. And I realized that people only called me when they needed something, when they needed to dump on me, when they needed my advice, when they needed some type of something. Because I have a cousin, she calls me the Yellow Pages because she was like, you know every fucking thing about everything. And I do know everything about a little bit about everything. And that day, I started mourning the loss of all those people that made me an option. And I blocked and deleted them from my phone, from my social media platforms. And I didn't say anything to them because I felt like I didn't need to give anyone any explanation or excuse as to why I decided to not give them access to my life anymore. And the more that I did it, the lighter I felt. The more I did it, the lighter I felt. So I was validating myself in that way and giving myself the approval to remove those people out of my life. I just removed them from my life without giving them any explanations whatsoever, because I felt it was time to do so. So if you're in a space where you are around people and you know that these people are no longer good for you, or you know that the relationships that you have in your life is no longer working or no longer serving you, if you know that you have to walk away from these relationships, or even you have to walk away or release or break up with or detach. Oh, thank you, Bernicia. For sure. Always going to be transparent. If you know that these people in your life don't play a good role, and if you don't feel like your nervous system is calm around people, then it's time to evaluate those people in your life. If you find yourself if you find yourself having to explain all the time, or defend yourself all the time, or having to want their approval or validation, then you may have to really reflect and think about that friendship, or think about that relationship, or think about that familyship. I don't speak to majority of my family on my mom's side or my dad's side, because growing up, again, I was programmed to be a people pleaser. I would run to Boston all the time to go see how my family is doing. And I would go to Miami or go here or go there. Anywhere my family was, I wanted to jump on a plane, jump on a bus, and go see them because I have to go see them. Because for me, it was love me, see me, hear me, validate me. And no one was paying attention. I could be in a room full of people, and for the first 10 minutes that I was there, it was all love. And then afterwards, I felt so fucking alone in that room. People were dancing, drinking, doing this and doing that. And I felt invisible. I didn't feel seen. I didn't feel heard. I didn't feel loved, any of it. I felt as if though they were just tolerating me. I was not accepted in certain places. Perfect example. I remember when one of my sisters got married, and I went to her wedding, of course, and some of her college classmates were there. And one girl said, "Oh, I didn't know said person had another sister." And I was like, huh. Do you know how fucking hurtful that shit was? To know that I had a sister that did not acknowledge me. And on her wedding day, at her wedding, this person comes up to me because I was talking to another sister. And she was like, "Oh, yeah, this is our other sister, Vicky," because that's my nickname. And I sat there and I was like, wow, to not be acknowledged by your own family member, that you're a sibling, that shit stung. And so that's when I started to evaluate the roles that these people play in my life. And I started to evaluate the role that I played in their life. And I started to evaluate my existence within the core people that I call family. And it was a hard pill to swallow because I didn't look like them. I didn't act like them. I didn't have a degree like them. I'm a very free spirit, gypsy type of person. They're very reserved and conservative and so on and so forth. I chose to be fearlessly authentic, as my tattoo says on my rib cage, and just be my happy-go-lucky self. And that in itself disrupted a lot of people, because when people wear a mask around you and you are authentic and true to you, it's going to disrupt them. But I still was looking to be validated and approved by my family. Always. Always. And so now these days with me, although I still speak to some of them, I have limited conversations with them. And I live my life how I live my life. I don't run things by them. I don't ask them anything. "Oh, you're living in Savannah?" "Yep." "Oh, you were in Texas?" "Sure was." "Oh, you were here?" "I was." And I leave it at that. Because at this point, I had to train my brain. You don't need a motherfucking validation from nobody but yourself. If it makes you happy at the present moment that is making you happy, that is what you do. If this location brings a smile to your face and keeps your spirit calm, this is where we're going to live right now. If these people here that are in your life right now makes you happy and your nervous system is regulated when you're around them and is not disrupted, then this is your tribe at the moment. And it's okay for you to change your mind. It is okay for you to change your mind where people are concerned, where a job is concerned, where a location is concerned. It is okay for you to change your mind. If you feel like a certain place is not for you anymore, leave. Do your research. Like when I know that New York wasn't for me no more, I did my research, and a friend of mine that was from New York, her family's here from Savannah. And I was like, "Hey, I want to come visit. I want to see what it's like." And so I came around Pride because I wanted to see what the LGBTQI or the LGBTQIA plus community was like here in Savannah. And when they had Pride in one part of the park called Ellis Square. And then on the other side, they were having a Haitian festival, and I'm half Haitian. And so that was my indication, like, yep, this is where I'm going to live. And that was in October 2017. And I moved to Savannah December 2017. And I've been here off and on. And this place always has a way of calling me back because I moved away from Savannah in 2021 with my ex-wife to go to Texas. Hence ex-wife. And then I came back last year, June. And I was in New York for a little bit this year from March to May. And I got homesick. I've never been homesick, like ever. Your journey is your journey for no one to understand and accept. No need to ask permission or ask their validation. It's what makes you happy. Exactly. You got to do what makes you happy. Thank you, sis. Hermana, how are you? Everybody make sure that you follow Jackie Melendez, Women Networking Worldwide. And Jackie's been here to see me in Savannah in I think it was 2021. And it was a great visit, her and her daughter, Kayla. Shout out to Kayla. Congratulations. She just actually got accepted to hold on, let me tell you what it is because I was so excited. She just got accepted to the biology program at Montclair University. So congratulations to Jackie's daughter, Kayla. Very proud of you. So validation, it's important that you have validation of the self and approval of the self. It is important that you no longer make excuses or give explanations about who you are, how you live, who you're with, what you're going to do in your life, because it's your life at the end of the day. So it's what you want to do with it. And that, as hard as it is, that you want to have people around you to love you and show you compassion and so on and so forth, is starting with the self, of showing the self love and compassion and what that looks like to you. And everyone's definition of validation and approval is different. Me now, validation and approval for me is doing what brings me joy without having to consult with another person of what brings me joy. Validation and approval for me now is if I choose to shift my mindset around a business that I was doing and I want to do something else, that's my thing. If I choose to, I don't know, change the choice of foods that I want to eat and how I eat it, or if I want to change my hair, because I'm always changing my hair. People who know me, that Dillis goes through like little seasons of going blonde. Sometimes, I shave my head down. Sometimes I keep the curls. Right now, I'm rocking a little bit of curls and waves, and I have a little white patch right there, but it's all good. Sometimes I grow it out, and so people who know me that at any given moment in time in my life, I'm going to switch up my hair, switch up the way that I dress, whatever the case may be. I was going to say your hair. Yep. See, Jackie knows. Always switching up the hair. And I don't ask anyone any questions about when I do it. I just do it because it's part of who I am. I had to learn how to embrace that part of myself where I'm authentic to a T. I'm so fucking authentic. Like, what you see is what you get with me, and I'm consistently authentic. I've learned a long time ago to release and remove the mask. And when I did that, there was a freedom that I experienced with that. That's why I have the tattoo on my arm that says free. Even with that, getting a tattoo, Jackie knows everything. She knows me for a while. Hey, Glover Bullock, what's going on? What was I saying? I just lost my train of thought. Glover Bullock, you made me lose my train of thought. But yeah, I'm very consistent when it comes to being authentic. And once I remove the mask of who people wanted me to be and became who I know I'm supposed to be and I was created to be, that's when I found peace. That's when I found joy. And don't get me wrong, I still struggle from time to time with certain things. I do, because I always want to see the best in people. I always want people to have the best experience around me. That's important to me. But if you start, that's old age, whatever. All of this. Yeah, I mean, I'm learning to embrace it. I have like a little bald patch right there whenever I go to the barber, and I'm like, just take it all the way down. He's like, no, but you have a bald patch. I'm like, I had to accept the fact that I have a bald patch, and it's okay. It's fine. It is what it is. So it's important that you learn to validate yourself in whatever aspect and area in your life. And once I started paying attention to my cycles and my patterns and my behavior that was not serving me, that actually catapults me and amplified me to be more even authentic with myself and my life and who I am as a person. And when you start doing that and you remove the need to be something that you're not anymore, is a whole different ball game. And you're going to see things differently, and you're going to see people differently, and the way people react with you differently and to you. You'll pay attention to it much more than you would when you had like this when you are blind, with foggy roses glasses, as they say. And so validation of the self is so important. Like I said, it's certain things I'm still working on when it comes to that, especially when it comes to my parents, specifically my mother, because I love my mom so much, but some days we be like, but I'm learning to meet her where she is, because she's human and she's not perfect. She's a mom and she did the best she could. So to shout out to all the mothers out there, I tip my hat off to y'all, because that's some work and a half when you're a mom and you're trying to figure it out. So I tip my hat off to you, Vernicia and Jackie, because yeah. And I guess I can throw in Glover Bullock in there with her fur baby, because she does a great job with her fur baby. So I think I'll throw you in there as well. So when it comes to validation, it's definitely making sure that you are doing what you love, what brings you joy, and who puts a smile on your face at the end of the day. Be around those type of people, because you don't need validation from them. They automatically love you for who you are. They accept you for who you are. They don't question you. And even if they do, it comes from a place of love and respect of who you are, because they see the potential in you, right? As opposed to someone who is just like lingering and just hanging around because you have this aura and light about you. And that's the other thing when it came to me, because my light is so strong and so bright. I've had people who would flock to me and gravitate to me just because of my light. And it became a thing where I had to pay attention to those people, energy vampires, if you will, and how they would just drain my energy, or they would just be around me because I felt good to them. I had a woman one time tell me that I'm so delicious and I'm so affectionate. She just wants to eat me up. And I was just like, you have to go over there. So I pay attention to how people are around me and the things that they say to me. That lets me know if this person is good to be around, or do I need to like revoke access from those people. So these are things that I had to learn to pay attention to, because again, I'm a person, I like to see everyone at face value. I like to see the good in people, but not everyone is good. Not everyone has your best interest at heart. And lately I've been reflecting on my friendships as well, and paying attention to the friends around me, if they have the best intentions for me or not. Because you could be friends with a person for 15, 16, 25 years, or whatever the case may be. When you start your elevation, when you start doing the work, when you start going through your process of dark night of the soul, you'll see people differently, so differently. And so I had to end a friendship. And again, there was two things I was battling with the friendship. One, because, I love this person so much, but the other thing is the person was becoming very toxic in my life. And so I had to end the relationship. I gave no explanations. I didn't say apologize. I didn't apologize. I gave no excuses. I was just like, we're done. And I didn't say anything to the person. And sometimes it has to be like that, because I feel like when it comes to closure, sometimes you have to operate in your closure with yourself and not with the other person, because that's going to be a conversation that's going to be dragging on and on and on. It's just like when you're breaking up with somebody. Sometimes it just has to be like, you know what? This isn't working no more. You don't need to say anything. Hey, Lonnie. Happy belated birthday, Lonnie. You don't need to say anything. You're preaching tonight, sis. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And it's just like not having to have the conversation. You just be like, you know what? This isn't working out. This is not serving me. This is not a good experience, and I don't want to experience this. And you can just walk away, because if you drag it out and you consistently drag it out, it's going to continue to be a vicious cycle. And then you got to pay attention to your cycle and your patterns. I know it's Danny. Hey, love. You got to pay attention to your cycles and your patterns. You also have to pay attention to the role and part that you play in the lives of other people, because sometimes you're the toxic one in another person's life without realizing you're the toxic person. And so sometimes you have to walk away and say, you know what, I'm toxic to you. Like this relationship, friendship, familyship, whatever is not working. And I have to go and do my work. I have to go and figure me out. I have to go and do self-introspection and self-investigation, because it's important to do so. So sometimes it's not always somebody doing something to us. Sometimes we've done something to people, and We're just not aligned. And it's okay if you're not aligned with a person. Because guess what happens? When you walk away from a person, be it relationship, friendship, familyship, you walk away from that person and you have closure within yourself and you realize that relationship was no longer, it was for a season. You make space for the right people, the right opportunities, the right alignment to come into your life effortlessly, authentically, and automatically when you least expect it. And that's happened to me in my life where I've walked away from people, relationships, and situations, and the right people came into my life unexpectedly as a gift, and the relationship for what it was for the time it was, it taught me a lesson. And I often go through moments of just like, what did that relationship teach me? And how can I do different in my new relationship or my new friendships along the way? And so I've mastered over the course of the years, if it doesn't serve me, walk away from it, let it go. But it takes me a while to do that because I want to give a first chance, a second chance, a third chance, because again, I want to see the good in everyone, but not everybody wants to see the good in me. Not everybody wants to experience my joy. Some people are so caught up within themselves that they don't know how to pretty much accept and embrace a person for who they are and the point of their lives of where they are. And sometimes we are in two different seasons. You could be in a different season with a friend, and maybe that friendship needs to be done and over with until like 5 years down the line, or maybe ever. You could be in two different seasons in a relationship with a partner. Maybe that person's here and you're way the hell over here, and it's just not working. You guys keep clashing, and that's okay to walk away from that too. Again, your validation and approval is so much more important than someone to be with somebody else or someone else's. And at the end of the day, you have to think about it this way. Does this person make me happy? Does this person bring me joy? Can I see myself with this person? Am I wasting time with this person? Because time is a commodity. Time is a gift. Time is much more currency than money. And so it's being mindful of who you're giving your time to and who you're giving access to. So I'm going to go ahead and do Goddess Isis card pulls. If you want a card pull, say me, yes, whatever the case may be, because again, I have to ask permission. And then we can continue about the conversation. Does anybody have any questions about validation, or you in a situation or something and you need assistance or guidance? Let me know. I'm here to help. All right. So who would like a card pull from my Goddess Isis deck? Let me know. Me? Yes, Jackie. All right, Lonnie. So Jackie, Goddess Isis wants you to know that you are a sovereign being who is full of light. Remember who you are and don't allow anyone to dim your light. Remember that you are the hero of your own story. Remember that you are a sovereign being who has the ability to rise up in the face of the adversities. Okay, cool. Again, Jackie, Goddess Isis wants you to know that you are a sovereign being who is full of light. Remember who you are and don't allow anyone to dim your light. Remember that you are the hero of your own story. Remember that you are a sovereign being who has the ability to rise up in the face of face of adversities. That's for you, Jackie. All right, Lonnie. Let's go. Oh, damn. Let's see, Lonnie. That card flew out quick. So, Lonnie, Goddess Isis is proud of you for making it through the storm and the fire and rising up from the ashes like a phoenix. She is proud of you for not giving up on yourself when you wanted to give up. And she is proud of you for putting yourself first and honoring all of who you are. Lonnie, Goddess Isis is proud of you for making it through the storm and the fire and raising up from the ashes like a phoenix. She is proud of you for not giving up on yourself when you wanted to give up, and she is proud of you for putting yourself first and honoring all of who you are. All right, Danny, you are next. All right, let's see what Mama Isis has to say to you, Danny. Wow. So you got two cards, Danny. You're welcome. So Danny, your two cards are Goddess Isis wants you to know that you're the master of your thoughts and your feelings. She empowers you to release the thoughts and feelings that are not for your greatest and highest good. She empowers you to let go of negative belief systems about you that are not true. All right, Vernicia, you're next. Goddess Isis empowers you to take back your power and permission that you've given to others. She empowers you to exercise your power of no without feeling fearful, shameful, or guilty. Again, self-validation. She empowers you to no longer give explanations or apologies to others about your life. Hey, Richard Griffin, do you want a card pull? Let me know. So that's for you, Danny. She really talking to you today. All right, Vernicia. So Vernicia, Goddess Isis wants you to know. Oh, you got two cards too, girl. What's going on with these two cards? So Vernicia, you're welcome, Danny. You're welcome, Hermana. Goddess Isis wants to empower you to embrace the magic within. She wants you to know that you are magic and that no one can take away your magic, only if you allow it. You were born with magic within you to do amazing and powerful things. Tap into your magic and change the entire world in your own extraordinary way, Vernicia. The next card is Goddess Isis wants you to know that your gifts and abilities are meant for the greater good of yourself as well as humanity. You were created to accept and also give unconditional love and compassion. Accept and embrace your gifts and be proud of them as they are part of your mind, heart, and spirit. Vernicia, this is for you. Richard, let me know if you need a card pull. Anyone else? If you need a card pull, let me know. I'm going to pull one for me. Let me see. Mama Isis, what is the message you have for your child? So my card is, she be funny over here talking to me. My card from Mama Isis is Goddess Isis wants you to empower. Goddess Isis wants to empower you to trust your intuition, as it will never steer you wrong. Trust your inner knowing and your inner power, and trust your spiritual authority. That is definitely for me. Okay, cool, Richard. This is definitely for me. I have a masterclass that I'm doing on Sunday, and it is called Intuitive Revenue Growth Masterclass. And my intuition is strong about this because my intuition, I can tap into a person and tell you exactly how to run your business, your personal branding, what that looks like for you. And I was being a little doubtful because only one person signed up for my masterclass. And I know it's so much value to what I'm doing. It's so much yumminess that I'm going to be offering. And I know that I put the offer out there and I did a video on it, and everything that I said was everything that I said. And it was engaging and it was inviting and all of the things. And so for me, it's trusting the intuition and knowing that whoever's supposed to be on the masterclass will be on the masterclass. And for me, it's learning how to trust my inner knowing and my inner power, and truly stepping into my inner power and really, really honoring, embracing, and embodying my spiritual authority. Okay, cool. All right, Richard, let's see what Mother Isis has to say to you. Yeah, that's so my card. All right. So Goddess Isis empowers you to love your shadow side without judgment. She empowers you to not allow those dark thoughts to take over your healing and your growth. She empowers you to accept both your light and your shadow side and walk in your duality with pride. She empowers you to let go of the ego self when working on your shadow side. This is pretty much doing more of the work. You got to do more work when it comes to letting go of the ego and stepping into your fullness and your greatness and your power with both your light and your dark side. Sometimes we don't like our dark side. We don't like our anger. We don't like our rage. We don't like the fact that we got to set boundaries. We don't like the fact that we got to cuss out motherfuckers sometimes. Send me the info. Okay, cool. I'll send it to you, Richard. Not a problem. Sometimes we don't like the fact of having to walk in our duality without this concern where we're loving and caring and compassionate, but we can also cuss a motherfucker out and hold ourselves accountable to say, okay, this is my boundary and I'm not going to cross it, right? So I'll give you guys a little bit more about my masterclass. So the masterclass is Aligned and Abundant, and it's an intuitive revenue growth masterclass. And so it's me teaching you how to truly tap into your intuition to come up with these creative, innovative ideas that you can turn into lucrative streams of income. So, for instance, how can you turn it into a lucrative stream of income? Depending on what your business is, you can do a masterclass like I'm doing. You can do a membership like I'm doing, because I have several memberships that's going on that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. You can create, like for me, for instance, the digital, you know how I do have my affirmation decks? I actually created digital affirmation decks as well. So I'm working on doing a monthly membership where I'm actually creating digital affirmation decks for people to have on their phone, their laptop, tablets, whatever it is that you utilize when it comes to the internet. And it's easy and it's simple. So say, for instance, I have one for entrepreneurs. So say, for instance, you are going to a business meeting, or you are looking to get sponsorship as an entrepreneur, you're looking to do this and do that. You can utilize the affirmations that are specifically made, that I did digitally for entrepreneurs, to help you motivate yourself when the imposter syndrome hits you, or when you feel like, you're not good enough, and it's simply going to be put on your phone. Because right now I did it for myself, and it's right here. It's already set up. So you can't see it because the glare, but the affirmations for entrepreneurs, I have it on my phone in my files. And so whenever I'm going through something, this is it's an opportunity for me to really step outside myself and say, you are great enough. You can have what you want when it comes to clients and da 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 da. And so one of the affirmations is, I am capable of achieving my business goals. The second one is, I trust my ability to make smart decisions for my business. The third one is, every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. The fourth one is, I attract clients who value my skills and my expertise. The fifth one is, my creativity and innovation are limitless. The sixth one is, I am worthy of success and abundance in my business, and so on and so on and so on. So this is an affirmation deck that I created that is digital. The other one that I created is to help release self-sabotage, because we all do it. So that's the other one. So every month there will be an affirmation in a form of 30 decks downloaded onto your phone. That way you are able to really motivate yourself, right? And so that is something that I'm coming up with. And that's $9.99 a month. So I got a download the other day when I was at an event to create monthly memberships. And all the monthly memberships that I'm creating is $9.99 a month. So for instance, the Soulful Sanctuary Community, that's $9.99. The mini master classes for entrepreneurs is the same thing too, as well as the affirmations, the affirmation digital deck, as well as business Soulful Spotlight, business Spotlight Shoutouts. Right? And it makes perfect sense, because if you look at it this way, Netflix, for instance, that you're going to pay anywhere between, I don't know if it's $7 to $15.99 or whatever. 3,005,100,000 people have Netflix accounts, and they have a Netflix membership, and Netflix only charges you that amount of money, right? So imagine, I don't know if it's like $7, right, that you're paying for Netflix. Let's do $7.99. $7.99 Netflix is charging you, times, I'm just going to put in 500,000 people. That is $3 million. Actually $4 million, because it's 3,995,000, like that. So imagine a $10 membership. You get 50 people or even 20 people to do your membership, right? And you're giving them valuable information. You're giving them valuable information, be it in videos or downloads or whatever the case may be, to help them keep inspired and motivated on a monthly basis. So say, for instance, it's 50 people, right? At $9.99, $10, that's $500 in your pocket. So, and not everyone has money to spend on a $23 a month membership, a $47 a month, or even $90 a month membership, depending on what it is. This makes sense to me. So that's what I came up with. And that's what I'm going to be teaching in the masterclass, how to create lucrative streams of income with the business you have right now, and how to help you to amplify it with different creative ideas, and how to help you to tap into your intuitive knowing. Like I said, my intuition gave me a download that this is where I'm supposed to be and how I'm going to position myself in 2025 with these different memberships. And it'll be easy for me because I'm already creating videos. I already have content. I already know how to utilize ChatGPT, which is a form of AI that I pretty much program to sound like me, where I'm able to create these digital affirmations in real time, where ChatGPT can actually create topics for me. And I just type in, create affirmations that sound like me, that align with my value. Let's talk business tomorrow. Anything that's going to help my business grow. Yeah, not a problem. I got you. And it's only $72 for the masterclass. It's a 90-minute not masterclass valued at $97, only for $72, because I'm not going to be doing a lot of talking. We're going to be brainstorming, creating, and implementing step by step to create these revenue streams. That I'm going to be teaching you how to do it and how to market it and how to network with people to connect with you, to build those relationships so where they can trust you and they would want it. You're welcome, Richard. Not a problem. I got you. And so that's what this masterclass is about. So if anyone is interested, let me know. I will gladly send you the information. And it comes with like a lot of perks. So with the masterclass, I'm doing a 15-minute scheduled private session with me after the masterclass to offer support and implementation, as well as I have a checklist that I'm doing. And the checklist is 10 ways of how to improve your revenue streams of income in 2025. So it's 10 different ways. Plus, you get an opportunity to be a guest on my podcast, What's Your Brand Story? And for the first 5 people to sign up, you get a free business spotlight shout out here on Monday Night Soulful Conversations. So if that's something that sounds good to you, let me know. I'm here to give you all of the nitty gritty. So let me know if anyone wants an affirmation from my Soul Awakening affirmation deck. Let me know if you want an affirmation. Me, yes, let me know. I actually have the mini version of it, which I'm going to be selling at an event this Friday. This is the mini version. So excited about that. So if anybody wants to, if you want an affirmation, let me know. I'll definitely pull a card from the affirmation deck as well. So there's so many different ways how you can generate lucrative streams of income like me. This is one way. And then I have the digital version of it. Then I have my books that's on Amazon, right? It all ties into who I am as a person and my businesses. So, and I'm doing it here Monday Night Soulful Conversations. I'm still kind of like in nap mode, guys, so don't mind me. And it's being streamed on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube all at the same time. Hit me. You're so silly, Sue, hermana. All right, so for Jackie, my hermana, I release self-doubt and embrace the unique gifts I bring to the world. I release self-doubt and embrace the unique gifts that I bring to the world. Okay, mini deck. All right, I got you. All right, Vernicia. Vernicia, you definitely need to sign up for the masterclass. Vernicia, yours is, if I can get it because it's popped up. I feel worthy of love and peace and inner freedom by simply being me. I feel worthy of love, peace, and inner freedom by simply being me. That's for you, Vernicia. That's for you. Dang, it validates Mother Isis card. Confirmation. Anybody else would like a card pull from the affirmation deck? Let me know. Anybody else? And see, with my cards, the way that I create them with my decks, sure, Danny, not a problem. They're not your typical tarot cards or oracle cards or anything like that. This is more of self-encouragement. So, Danny, I feel deeply connected to the divine within and around me. I feel deeply connected to the divine within and around me. That's for you, Danny. I feel deeply connected to the divine within and around me. So something to be said about that is to work on your connection with God of your own understanding, whomever it is you speak to, a spiritual world. You got to connect with them more so within the self. So it sounds like a lot of evolution. It sounds like a lot of letting go of what no longer serves you and who no longer serves you. Danny, it sounds like you need to clean house in 2025 with people around you, love. And I know that's hard and difficult, but it needs to be done. Gracias. De nada. Por supuesto. I speak a little bit Spanish. So yeah, anyone else would like a card pull from the Soul Awakening deck? Soul Awakening affirmation deck. For sure. But yeah, it does jump from one deck to the other deck. I remember one time I was doing a reading for a client, and she had like all right, Lonnie, not a problem. She had like a 20 card pull. And what happened was she did a burn and release session with me. And a burn and release is, and I may do that for December 31st. A burn and release with me is me guiding you into a meditated state of being where you are releasing things that are no longer serving you, that you don't want to take with you into the new year. And we get a piece of paper and we write down. And Hermana taught me this: write it down in pencil, not pen. And you write down everything you want to let go of with intention. You have to get into the feeling and be intentional about what you want to let go. And then you burn it. Hit me with the card. All right, Glover Bullock, not a problem. So Danny, or Lonnie, your card is, I feel at peace with my past and open to the blessings of my future. That's for you, Lonnie. I feel at peace with my past and open to the blessings of the future. That's for you. All right, Glover Bullock, your card says, I honor my soul's purpose and live each day in alignment with my truth. On a brown paper. Oh, on a brown piece of paper with a pencil. Yeah, okay, cool. I would do that. I honor my soul's purpose and live each day in alignment with my truth, Glover Bullock. You're so welcome. I honor my soul's purpose and live each day in alignment with my truth, Glover Bullock. And spirit guides are telling me to tell you this as well, Glover Bullock. I feel connected to the infinite, and my soul's purpose is uniquely mine to fulfill. I feel connected to the infinite, and my soul's purpose is uniquely mine to fulfill. And I also need to do a Goddess Isis pull for you, Glover Bullock. So here we go. Your message from Mama Isis is, let's see, what is the message? So, Glover Bullock, Goddess Isis says, Goddess Isis empowers you to trust yourself in the process on this journey you are on at this moment. She empowers you not to rush the process and take your time learning all of the valuable lessons. She empowers you to embrace everything new that you are uncovering about yourself. Glover Bullock, again, Goddess Isis empowers you to trust yourself in the process on this journey you are on at the moment. She empowers you to not rush the process and take your time learning all of the valuable lessons. She empowers you to embrace everything new that you are uncovering about yourself. That's for you, Glover Bullock. Hope it resonates. Because knowing what I know about you, stepping all over your toes today, but it's all good. So, yeah, if anybody is on here and you are an entrepreneur, you're welcome. You're so welcome. Thanks, Dilly. I don't know why she called me that for, but all right. If you're an entrepreneur on here and you're interested in a masterclass, I will definitely send you the information. It is this Sunday from 1 to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's for 90 minutes. We will get to work. You tell me all of the things that you want to do where your business is concerned. I'll tap into your intuition. I'll teach you how to tap into your intuition, how to create these innovative and effective ideas that we're going to turn into revenue streams of income, be it a masterclass like I'm going to be doing. I can teach you how to do that. Monthly memberships like I'm doing. I can show you how to do that, to even if you want to write a book or write an ebook or do a digital download or have an online store or do an event or a pop-up. Whatever it is, I can actually show you how to do it. I've done everything from coordinating fashion shows in New York City to getting my certification as a life coach to incorporating my love for event planning and coaching and empowering at the same time with something I call Sip and Chat Empowerment, where we sip responsibly, chat respectively in a judgment-free zone, where I was asking thought-provoking questions and coaching and empowering in real time, as well as giving actionable exercises as well, to making my bracelets and waist beads and necklaces, to writing my books, to creating the decks that I created, and so on and so forth. Wedding officiant, all the things that I do, it ties into who I am as a person, as a spiritual being having a human experience, as an entrepreneur, and the list goes on and on and on. So there is nothing that you cannot do. Like the sky is, it's limitless. And yes, am I afraid sometimes to just do things? Absolutely. Do I take a leap of faith? Absolutely. Like Monday, I'm driving to North Carolina from Savannah. I haven't driven that long in the distance in a very, very long time. So is it nerve-wracking? Mm-hmm. Am I going to do it? Yeah, I am. Why? Because I'm the kind of person from 2011, July 13th, I walked out of the hospital after having a near-death experience. And I promised myself that I would do all of the things, even if it scares me. And I always go back to Lisa Nichols in her video, I Am Enough, when she says, when you experience fear, sit with it long enough because it has to dissipate. So you sit with it long enough, it has to dissipate. Fear is false evidence appearing real, as they say. And you're the only one that can create the life that you want. You're the only one that can create and control specific things. Yes, there are certain things that are out of our control. However, you control your reaction and your response to it. So that's that. And it's 8:01. I'm going to get off here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Again, if anyone is interested in the masterclass, please let me know. I'll send the information to Jackie, to Vernicia, and also Richard. He wanted to know about it as well. And it's going to be a fun and amazing time. Yes, Lisa Nichols. Yes, I love it. Actually, Jackie, you met Lisa Nichols one time, right? And that's when she wasn't as huge as she was. She was getting there. I remember you met her in New York. So that video, I always watch it when I feel discouraged or when the imposter syndrome is hitting my brain. And I'm like, nope, not today. Not today, Satan. So, yeah. So let me know. Like I said, I have a whole bunch of different things that's going on and positioning myself in 2025 now in real time. You don't have to wait until 2025 pops up on January 1st to start doing all the things. Start them now and position yourself for then, and start launching it and promoting it and marketing it now to get the buzz going so people can know who you are. And I'm also going to show you how to do like snippets and videos and things like that goes with whatever it is that you're doing as far as the lucrative streams of income. She is a great woman. Lucrative streams of income that you want to create for yourself and what that looks like for you. And the reason why I say to do videos is because people are able to experience you in real time, your passion, your voice, your energy, all of it. And then they're going to be like, oh my God, yes, I want to work with you. Stuff like that. So Sunday is going to be an incredible day. And if you know anyone else that's an entrepreneur, aspiring business owner, aspiring entrepreneur that would like to, the masterclass is this Sunday, December 15th from 1 to 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be on Google Meet. I'll send everyone all the information. And if you know anyone else that want to join, that would be interested, send it my way. Definitely. It's 9 spots. Well, no, 10 spots. I have 9 spots left. Someone actually registered 2 days ago. So it is open. It's available. It's only $72. Like I said, it's investing in yourself. In entrepreneur world or business world, you got to spend money to make money. We all know that, and we got to do it. And it's 25% off, holiday discount offer. And I plan to do more. And like I said, I have the membership of the mini masterclasses that are coming up. And so I'll be teaching a lot. And I think this is a good way to expand and reach to all of my communities on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. And that's what I'm going to do. So again, this was fun. Thank you so much. The topic was validation and approval. I truly affirm that you are able to have that in your spirit, to know that your validation and approval is necessary for you and no one else. And take what you will with that and run with it. Talk to you guys later. Bye.